3.
Okay, the top of 3 is coming on. We did get the other units of Fiends. I dropped him back here, hoping that he wouldn't be able to run over there and do to the Fiends what he did to the first squad, which is squish them like bugs. Can he do it? Possibly. I've got 2 Demon Princes in the way, but he does have bikes, so I don't know. We'll just have to measure it and see what happens. This is kind of the interesting flank. My left flank, his right. He did a sweeping advance after he killed off the Fiends, and so my Demon Princes sort of converged around. I was hoping to get the assault with these 2. I put this Demon Prince in a position to be either assault either squad. Had these guys been able to get in there, I think I still would have had to go for the Juicy Troop squad. These guys have 3+ invulnerable saves. They're not easy to put down, whereas the other bikes are much easier target. The bolts did nothing. He laughed in the face of it. I did get the DP in there, killed off some of his troops, won the combat. We're all nice and tight in here. I brought them out of the terrain. I'm not actually sure if that was the good move or not. I was hoping maybe to tie up a unit of troops, try to stop his mobility. That was my thought. It didn't work out. I'll have to kind of analyze that later and see if it was the correct move or not. Over on my right flank, again, I brought my objective-bearing troops, my Plague Bearers, out of cover. The safest place for him right now, I felt, was in close combat. He had way too much firepower he could bring to bear, so I went ahead and left my objective, ran in there. We did nothing to each other, but at least I am safe from all the shooting that he can bring with his unit. So anyway, we're at the bottom of 3. Tony still has a unit of 2 attack bikes with Meltas that probably will come in this round. My units are in. It's what I can do with it. So, interesting game. We've still got more than half of it left. Any thoughts, Tony?
No.
Alright, let's see what happens.
You have Eternal Warrior. Why would you say that?
Well, because I had 1 wound left.
Oh.
Okay, Tony's...
nickel and diming him, I just can't...
Yeah, nickel and diming can't put me away.
Can't put him away.
Tony, why don't you tell us what happened this round?
Your demon sucks. That's what happened this round.
Which demon in particular?
No, actually, I charged your Demon Prince over here with Casaro, what's left of him and his command squad, and trying to drag that little punk down, but I seem that I can't do it.
Yes.
He went and attacked the other squad that was locked in combat with, and he killed 2 of the men, but I managed to put 3 wounds on you, and you...
Well, 2 wounds. I had a wound
you
going
did 1
in.
wound on me, that's right, and I did 2 to you, which caused you to make a fearless check, which you made your save.
Yes. The nice thing for me this round is that I'd run my unit of Plague Bearers over there so I can seek safety in close combat. I actually managed to win. His scouts right now are falling back. The Plague Bearers are following him. He brought these units over to fire at this other Plague Bearers, and they've made all their saves. Feel No Pain's pretty awesome. He was out of range for the assault. This round promises to be pretty good for me. I should be able to get my other Demon Princes into close combat, and hopefully we can do some good. So right now we're at the top of 4. This game is far from over. Let's see what happens. Why is this the most friendly game you've ever seen?
Y'all aren't doing anything.
Peace.
Oh, okay, yeah. Peace in our times.
You guys come in on a 2.
I was going to kind of record the thing.
Oh, go ahead and record it.
Alright. We had a Mulamash.
They come in next round.
Alright, he's happy because his attack bikes are coming in next round. Alright. Big Mulamash in the center. Command squad, the remnants of that troop choice. We had Fiends, we had Demon Princes. It was grand, it was glorious. It was
anarchy.
It was, yeah, anarchy. And a whole lot of nothing. I mean, I managed to win the combat by killing off the remnants of that troop choice. Koro-san led his unit in a hit and run. They left combat again. Nothing like someone who can't commit. Over here, again, I felt like the best place for the Plague Bearers was in close combat. So, Plague Bearers moved, charged, whiffo, nothing. Anyway, they're still safe. Over here, Plague Bearers have just been sort of following the Scouts along. The Scouts are falling back, the Plague Bearers are keeping them falling back, and I'm trying like hell to avoid getting shot at. My hope is that his attack bikes, which are coming in now, will come in on that side of the board.
They don't come in now.
They come in next turn.
Whatever.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1? Never mind, they're not coming in. So good for me. We'll see you next turn. Yeah. Alright, right now we're about to hit the top of 5. Let's talk about Tony's move. His command squad finally brought down the Demon Prince with shooting. Over here, my
bolters.
With bolters. After all the lightning claws and everything else.
Thunder hammers and lightning claws can't be crap.
Plague Bearers took out the majority of the troop squad there with some nice rolling. Nice, plague bearers. We lost our other unit of plague bearers over there that were accompanying the scouts off the board. I'm gonna have to do something about the scouts. Problem is, we're about to run into turn 5, and I'm not holding an objective. If that unit rallies, he'll be holding an objective. So this turn should be good for demons, but I've got to keep the objectives in mind. It does no good to win on kill points and lose the game. So let's take a look here. We're about to go into 5. See what happens.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, game's over, and I managed to probably confuse myself out of a victory. At the top of 5, I had this unit of fiends here in the middle. On video, I talked about how I needed to remember the objective and go after this unit of scouts. After talking about it, I got myself confused as to what round it was, and then assaulted the command squad. Completely took my eye off the objective. Managed to kill the command squad, and am totally out of position. By the time that top of 5, the demon's turn was over, there is nothing next to his scouts. He automatically rallies, claims the objective, and wins the game. On his turn, his attack bikes come in, and he plays conservatively. There's no reason to give up any more victory points. He pulls back on as such. We fight this out. I pick up another victory point over here by killing the command squad, but ultimately I lose the game. So, if I'm not mistaken, I won on victory points, but lost the game. So,
Oh, you're doing kill points.
well, I'm sorry, won on kill points, but lost the game. So, anyway, the obvious lesson that I learned here was I needed to pay closer attention to what turn it was.
Hit rewind. Listen to yourself. Then,
Exactly.
Then go ahead and film.
Exactly. Hit rewind on the video and go from there. Tony, did you have any thoughts on this game?
No, other than that, what you pointed out is when you said specifically that you need to do something about the scouts when your guys were in the middle of the table and you failed to come back and take care of said scouts. So,
Yeah.
I appreciate that, by the way, though.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Okay, well, for January, the Demons have 2 losses now and 1 win. I don't feel terrible about this because I played a better game. The loss I had was against Dale, where I lost a ton of my units to deep strike mishaps. This game, I lost 1 unit, and after giving it some thought, I don't think that my placement of the bloodletters was wrong. I was about 10 inches away from any unit. I've got to assume on 2d6 scatter, I'm going to scatter 7 or 8 inches on average. And it was just bad luck. That's going to happen as a demon player where I rely on deep strike, so I'm not going to beat myself up about that this game. Other than that, I think my demon princes performed admirably.
Yeah, they were rough.
They were rough. As far as Tony's army, I think the White Scars are hampered at 1250, but he had an obvious rock with the command squad, and being able to pretty much with impunity drive through area terrain or difficult terrain because of the storm shields. It's a pretty big advantage to have. Gentlemen, any thoughts? Mike? Come on.
I killed the command squad earlier.
You would have killed the command squad earlier. Alright, we're out.
Well,
I'm tired
good
of that
game.
command
good game.
squad.
Alright, we started discussing the game after the video, and I wanted to go ahead and get these thoughts on video. I think this is sort of what the people were asking for.
I think it's pretty clear you had no idea what you were doing.
It was pretty clear. I had no idea what I was doing. Okay, Tony, what were your thoughts here about the command squad?
Well, all I was going to say is that I thought that you put too much effort in trying to kill the command squad. What you should have done is, to me, if I was running that army, I would have taken the demon princes with their horrendously huge missile weapon and gone after those guys who wouldn't get an invulnerable save. Because you could take 3 of those guys and decimate half a unit with just the 3 shots from that. Whereas opposed where you put all your effort in trying to demolish the command squad who had a 3 or better invulnerable save versus your attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would have put more emphasis on just trying to get rid of my scoring units first as opposed to going after the command squad.
I think that's a valid point. I almost feel like I kind of picked up on that halfway through the game where I chose to assault your troops' choice with one of those demon princes rather than going after the command squad. And obviously that worked. Just as obviously I forgot the lesson. But, you know, what's interesting is that I've got a lot of experience, but demons just don't play like a lot of the armies that I'm used to playing. So I obviously need to get some more games under my belt. Any other thoughts, Tony?
No, that was it.
All right.